This is my official announcement. I think I'm gonna try out for The Voice. Oh yeah, I got it. Been at the beach house all day. Dropped Ariana off at her car because she has work. Heading back to the beach house for mo food and mo swimming.
Okay.
Right over here.
Well, Mom, take this out. Oh. That's the brother.
What's your name?
That's nice.
What? Say your name.
Yeah. Jordan, move on.
This is my little cousin Jenna.
Come on, Darren.
So this is my grandparents' beach house, and it was something that was like in the family way back. Great grandparents handed down the whole 9 yards, and my cousin and I only stayed here. My cousin and I were closer than my own sisters are to me, so him and I are like this, and we only stayed here every summer together. And eventually we were kind of late on it, but we marked the wall every single year. Justin, Nick, and we'd alternate beds each year. So if one year says Justin on this side, then it was signed Nick on that side for that year. So this is our spot. This is the brown room. This is also where the very beginning of the first episode of the Vault series was filmed, right here. Battery's about to die, but so I'm gonna share that little bit of my childhood with you. Definitely blessed for my grandparents to have had this in their lives like that. That is like the brightest dome light I've ever seen in a car. Like, you guys are like totally illuminated right now. I'm in the back seat like a child. We're going to... It's right. You can put it on. So we'll see you there. No, we're going to the cigar bar. I haven't had a cigar since the 4th of July. I like to indulge in one. And tomorrow I don't have to train. It's a day off. So we're gonna have cigar time with my sister and my sister's fiance, AKA my boy, Robert Morrissey. If you're ever in Rhode Island, East Greenwich, the cigar bar, Regency Cigar Emporium. It can be tricky finding a reliable cigar place because a lot of cigar bars are great for like the environment and drinks, but they don't keep the cigars well. So if you want good quality cigars, this is the place. What'd you get, Nicholas? Julius Caesar. If you're in the mood for a more mild cigar, I like medium to full cigars usually, but sometimes I like mild cigars. Julius Caesar is amazing, very smooth, has a very subtle after sweet taste to it. Love it, highly recommend it. Liga Privada Feral Pig, it's a more full-bodied cigar, but an amazing cigar. And the Liga Privada number 9, that's one of my absolute favorites. The Feral Pig and the number 9 probably my all-time favorite cigars. But I mean, there's a lot of good ones. But Liga Privada is just such good quality. Very oily texture to it. It's amazing. Had to send a picture to my boy Elgin Intensity. Him and I always chat about cigars. He sends me stuff back and forth when he finds a new cigar that he recommends and such. So, yeah. Best YouTube channel out there. So funny. I hate baseball. That's pretty cool. Little like window shopping humidor. And then you have the whole bar area over here and the whole lounge area. It's pretty cool. Very relaxing place, very well kept cigars with a big variety. I got it! Woo! 140. It was at 140, we had to hit the brakes. So to give you guys the timeline, it's Saturday night and I have to squat on Monday. So I have the rest of tonight, I have all day Sunday to get loose. I sit down a lot. I think I've covered this in past videos, but just a quick recap, I sit down a lot. Obviously to work, I work at a computer. That makes your hip flexors really tight and contracted. If you sit down at a desk job at all, you're gonna be prone to hip flexor pain. Not even just from weightlifting. You have to go chase your dog if it gets off the leash. You might go to sprint after him and suddenly, ow, your hip flexor hurts. It's because they're in a contracted state. And that sudden stretch when they're tight, so it causes the pain and injury. On top of that, I have a forward pelvic tilt, so naturally that means I'm leaning forward just slightly. It's not really noticeable. Everyone usually has something going on with their pelvis. Sometimes there's points backwards. If you're lucky, it goes just straight and flat, and that's what we want to get it to go, straight and flat, and you do that by loosening up muscles. When you have the forward tilt though, that makes your quads really tight because you're always leaning forward. It makes your calves really tight because they're always balancing in that forward position, and it makes your lower back really tight because to compensate the forward lean, your torso then hyperextends. And again, this is all on a small level. It's not really noticeable by looking. What I notice is if I don't loosen up my quads, especially my quads, I'm very quad dominant. If I don't loosen up my quads and I go to squat, I literally feel weaker in squats. Not dramatically. It's not like, holy shit, I suddenly can't do a weight I could do the other week. It's not like that. It's just the weight, the reps won't feel quite as smooth. What it really is that your muscles are so tight, they're pulling your hips, they're pulling your joints all in these straining directions. If your hamstrings are tight, then your back's gonna be pulling into this rounded position, and at the bottom of the squat, you get the butt wink going on. So it's just a big chain reaction, and it basically pulls your body into this this position of tightness where you can't activate the glutes and you can't break at the knees and the hips correctly, and basically your body just can't go where it's supposed to go in a squat form, and it's very subtle. You won't notice it by looking on video, but you'll feel it. You're just gonna start using your back a little bit more, your knees might cave ever so slightly, the weight might shift onto your feet a little bit differently, and it's just pulling your body subtly out of form. So one thing I do obsessively now these days, foam roll, foam roll, foam roll, especially before squats. Phone's blowing up, busy morning. This is my busy morning song. Ooh, any minute. It left Warwick at 6:21 a.m., so I'm excited. I Amazon Prime everything these days, and Ricky has to be at the gym by 2:15 at the latest. It's 12:38, so fingers crossed that they can get here before 2 o'clock. 2:02. Gotta be at the gym by 2:15. Might be a few minutes late. Was getting pissed, like really pissed, because I thought the shoes weren't gonna come in and I was gonna have to wait till next Monday to try them, but lo and behold, the UPS truck has pulled up right in the nick of time. Get it? The nick of time. Here they are. Ooh, clean. Adidas. These are the Powerlift 2.0s. And they're similar to the Nike Romaleos in the sense that they're an Olympic lifting shoe, so they have the elevated heel, a solid elevated heel at that, but they're significantly flatter. So my whole thing is I want to try and experiment. It could completely go bust and I may hate these, but I want to try and experiment. I have a bad sticking point in the middle of my squat, as you guys all know, and it's right where my torso needs to come upright. So I'm wondering if trying a flatter shoe will allow me to kind of sit back into the squat a little better and therefore keep my torso more upright in the squat and drive through that sticking point smoother. So I'm gonna try it out. I know for a fact I don't like squatting in completely flat shoes. I was thinking something right in the middle might feel better. A lot of people do complain that the Romaleos are so steep that they pitch them forward a little bit. So gonna try it today. I have moderately heavy squats, nothing crazy, 405 for a couple of doubles. So it's the perfect day to try them out and see if I like them or not. So it's an experiment. I'll either like them or I'll hate them and I'll stick to my Nikes. So I went with black just because it matches my singlet. These are the ones I almost got, the blue and white. I was actually looking at these, and the only thing that stopped me was that it wouldn't match the red and black singlet that well.
I was trying to be JP, that's it. I just want to pull 600.
That's crazy. You just got those too?
Yeah, last week.
Great minds think alike. Not that my mind's that great. So these are a size 9. I'm a size 10 normally, so I got one size down. These are size 9. Little snug. I probably could have done a 9.5. Honestly, even like a size 10 probably would have felt fine. Romaleos, you want to go a size down. So I got a size 9 in my Romaleos, and they feel perfect. But these are obviously a little bit more true to a normal shoe size, I guess. So honestly, at most, I'd recommend going down like a half a shoe size. Fortunately, I have narrow, dainty feet, so I'll make these work. All right, so my review on the shoe so far, it's only one day, so I need to get used to them before I can like really give a good opinion. But definitely feel a little bit different. I'm like in the habit of having to compensate for that pitching forward that the high heels give me. So I had to like try to adjust my form and get used to sitting back into my heels more now that I'm able to. It definitely allows you to sit the weight back under your heels more. What I noticed is that my bar path was actually moving a little bit too forward. And I texted Brett this, and he gave me a bunch of cues to work on to compensate since he squats in pretty flat shoes as well. So basically just focusing on pushing the hips back more than I was originally, which with the higher heeled shoes would cause my hip to shoot up too high. But now it feels a little bit better. let my chest sink down just a little bit more than I was, so there's not as much hyperextension in the back. I can even, I think, get my feet out just a little bit wider than I was. So I'm gonna keep playing with them. Gonna try them out for you know, a few more sessions, and then make my final decision if I want to stick with them or if I want to just go back to my Romelios and stick with what I've been using. So far I don't hate them though. So I've been busy editing. I got to do more made orders in a minute, and I just got a notification on my phone for a phone meeting with this company that I had reserved for 7 o'clock, and I can't even remember what the company is or what it's for. Like, I literally just don't remember. I'm going to blame it on the moving, but really has nothing to do with that.